Hey guys, I got a new video for you today, and this is going to be a look at the Oakley Madman and the Oakley Badman. Now, I was pretty excited to find out that Oakley was releasing these two models, specifically because a couple of years ago, Oakley discontinued their X Metal line, which is a very popular line. In releasing these two models, they kind of tried to resuscitate the X Metal line. And I know that was one of the first questions that a lot of people had was, why were these two models considered part of X Metal line, especially when there was no titanium in them? And Oakley clarified that in saying that X Metal was never intended to mean specifically titanium. X Metal was supposed to mean a melding of different techniques, different materials to come up with one cohesive design. And I think for the most part, these two models definitely fit that criteria. There's a lot of different design features that are incorporated into both of these models that set them aside from a lot of other models that you might find out there. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and show you guys a little bit about each one, and at the end of the video I'll go ahead and show you guys what they look like on me. What I want to start out by showing you is the redesigned case that these come with. And I thought this was really awesome that they did that. As you guys can see, this is more of a cylinder looking case. It's really nice. It's very rigid, which is nice. So when you do have your glasses in there, it's going to protect them from, you know, bumping and crushing and things like that. And then the two sides actually unscrew, so you're actually able to get into the case from either side. The inside is felt lined. So is the top here, and that way when you have your glasses in there inside the microfiber bag or anything like that, they won't get scratched up or dinged up or anything like that. So that was pretty cool that they redesigned these and then they did the case as well. It's a nice added touch to them. So we'll go ahead and start with the Oakley Badman here, and as you guys can see, this is the lead color frame with the sapphire iridium polarized lenses. Now these lenses are, or this lens color is actually quickly becoming one of my favorite lens colors that Oakley has put out. I really enjoy you know, the different hues that you get depending on what angle you're looking at the lens. Sometimes it looks blue, sometimes it looks purple, which is really nice, and it's also something that you don't get with like your ice or ice polarized lenses. So that's what I really like about this particular frame. So with the Badman, I don't know if you guys can make it out, but obviously as you guys can see, you do have an aluminum frame that wraps all the way around the lenses here. And then in the middle portion where your nose would go here, it's actually O-matter. So this is one of the first times that Oakley's blended two different frames materials into one. And they've done a really awesome job at that as well. You have these screws right here, which are very reminiscent of your Juliets and your Romeos, that attach the aluminum frame to the O-matter nose piece or the nose bridge here. Then the aluminum goes through here as well, and then you get another piece of O-matter right here, which attaches to the end of the leg right here, which is aluminum also. Again, you're seeing the use of the screws right here, which you know, have a very secure fit, so everything feels very nice and tight, which was one of the things that a lot of people kind of didn't like about the previous X Metal line, which was with some of the models, you know, especially like the Juliet with the flex couplers and stuff like that, you had a lot of play, especially in the nose bridge right here. Again, you know, that was expected because of the materials that were used in that. The unobtainium on the ears right here wraps all the way around the end of the leg, so that's really nice too. You'll get a really nice secure fit. And then you also have unobtainium on the nose pieces right here, so when you are wearing it, you're going to continue to get that 3-point fit. On the sides right here, the legs are spring hinged, so you guys can see there, so they will spring out when you wear them, which is going to make it a lot more comfortable, especially if you have a wider frame face or a wider head. These will spring out so they won't be too tight around your head. So again, that is the Oakley Badman, and I'll go ahead and show you the Madman now. Obviously, as you guys can tell, the difference in stylings is the shape of the lens itself. These are very round lenses. This is the carbon frame with the ruby iridium polarized lenses. Really awesome combination there. I love how the dark frame sets off the kind of reddish lenses on there, so you guys can see my reflection there. So for the most part, the frame is going to be pretty much built exactly the same way. Obviously, the main difference is the center piece right here, which is a little bit wider. it's wider on the top here, the bridge, and then it kind of droops down a little bit, and that's obviously done to accommodate the how round the lenses are. You still get the spring hinges right here, so it's going to make it very comfortable. The unobtainium wraps all the way around, and then on the nose pieces as well. And then you still get the screws right up here to connect the O-Matter piece to the aluminum frame. And then you get the screw right here, which again connects the aluminum to the O-Matter piece right there. Now, one thing to note, and which I want to show you guys, which is pretty interesting, is even though the lens shapes are very, very different on both of these models, the actual curvature of the frame completely is exactly the same on both of these. So as you guys can see there, both of these frames are exactly the same size as far as how they fit on your head. But obviously, you know, the lens shapes make them look a little bit different. Now, obviously, if you want something that's a little bit more out there, it's gonna, you know, attract a lot more attention. The Madman is definitely gonna serve that purpose. If you want something that's gonna look a little bit more subdued, more like a regular style of glasses, then the Badman is gonna be your choice on that one. Now, what I also have here is a set of flak jackets, which were provided. All of these were provided by Sunglass Hut. Sunglass Hut is actually releasing these two models. It's a matte black frame with both the sapphire iridium polarized lens that you will find on the Badman and the ruby iridium polarized lens that you would find on the Madman. And both of these are an exclusive to Sunglass Hut for the first 90 days of the launch of these two models. Besides the flak jackets, both the Madman and the Badman are available through both Sunglass Hut and Oakley stores alike. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and turn the camera around and show you guys how these look. All right, guys, so here we go. I'll go ahead and start with the Badman. And here it is. This is the lead frame with the sapphire polarized lenses, sapphire iridium polarized lenses. So you guys can see it has a really nice wrap all the way around. And as I mentioned before, I really love the way that the different hues on this particular lens color come out. So again, you know, sometimes they look a little purple, sometimes they look a little blue, which is really, really nice. The frame itself is very comfortable. It's very easy to wear, especially on a prolonged amount of time. So if you want to be, you know, if you want to be driving with these, walking around and things like that, you're not going to have a problem. You can wear them all day. The spring hinges definitely make it a lot more comfortable, especially when you do want to put them on top of your head like this. The legs will spring out even a little bit more, so you're not going to get the indentation that you would normally get with other styles on this side of your head here. It's going to stay in its place, and then when you wear them again, you can bring them down. The unobtainium on the ears and on the nose are going to continue to give you that 3-point fit, and then you're going to get a really comfortable feel all the way around. I'll show you guys right here on the side. Again, the lenses curve really nicely, so you're not going to get any light coming from the side or from the bottom or anything like that. So there it is. This is the Badman. I'll go ahead and show you guys the Madman. All right, so again, this is the carbon frame with the ruby iridium polarized lenses. So obviously, as you guys can tell, this is a completely different look from the Badman. This is a more aggressive look. This is something that's going to attract a lot more attention. A lot of people are going to want to ask questions and things like that, which I have found, you know, people have stopped me and asked me, you know, to take a look at them, try them on and things like that, because a lot of people feel that just because of the way they look, they might be a little bit uncomfortable, but once they put them on, they see how comfortable they are. You know, one thing to note is obviously they do not come all the way out like the Badman does because of the wrap of the lenses. These are very round lenses. They're great for looking straight ahead. This is a great pair to wear, you know, if you're going to be hanging out and things like that. But if you want something that's going to give you a little bit more protection from the sun, especially from the sides and things like that, obviously the Badman would be more of a choice. Again, if I put these on top of my head, as you guys can see there, the legs spring out. The hinges are able to support that, and you're not going to get any pinching or anything like that. Again, you won't get those indentations on the side of your head if you're going to have them on top of your head for a long amount of time. You bring them back down, and you're good to go again. You know, very comfortable, very easy to wear. And one thing I have noted is in regards to how these compare to the predecessors, the original X Metal line. Obviously, it's going to be a lot more of a tight fit frame. You know, you're not going to get the the flexing that you would normally get with other styles like Juliet's and Romeo's and things like that. So if you guys do have experience with those, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So again, this is the Oakley Madman and the Oakley Badman. There it is. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Thanks.